no one has the right to rule over you. I mean, your neighbor, your friends, neighbors, and relatives, just because they move from that house into an office somewhere, does not transcend them into some godlike position. They're just other people.
Free Talk Live.
Let's go to Jet, calling from somewhere in the U.S. Jet, you're on Free Talk Live.
Hi guys. Haven't talked for a while, but since Saturday night is the government night, I'd love to help you guys out.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I get? Wanted to pass on that. First of all, this concept of government is pure psychology. In other words, if the masses don't believe in it, it can't exist.
That's true.
And secondarily, police, FBI, all these people calling themselves government or law enforcement or whatever, they're just other people.
Yeah.
So if I could get you to repeat after me.
Well, before you go any further, I'd like to point out, one of the callers there, he was basically saying that the FBI and presumably other policing organizations need to have wide and nearly unchecked powers to investigate stuff like this, which gives them basically extra rights. Their badges grant them extra rights that the rest of us don't get. And I just don't get that kind of thinking.
No, my position has always been, and this is what I want to impress upon you guys, to repeat after me, that these people are just other people who have no right to do anything that you or I may not do. They're supposed to be our delegates, our servants, and all that. So I have a little 60-second game for you.
Okay.
If you have a small piece of paper, split it down the middle. On the left-hand side, write these 5 words: government, federal, state, county, and city. And on the right-hand side, write down people, mafia, goons, psychos, gangs, thugs, or anything else you want to write down. Now, you've seen the match game, where you have the words on the left, the words on the right, and you match them up.
Stand by, Jet.
Have to hold on for
We're
a
going to
second,
come back with more of your thoughts in moments. Our toll-free number is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. You had me write down a couple of columns, left column, right column. On the left column, the words government, federal, state, county, city. On the right column, people, mafia, goons, gangs, thugs. Now, what now?
Yeah. Well, you can add any number. Well, as you know, as you might recall, I'm a dedicated disciple of Christ who understands that human government is nothing but satanic and evil. So I've been trying over the years to try to get you guys to eliminate the word government from your vocabulary, and I might have come up with a way to get you out of it, and that is by eliminating the word government as a noun, but turning it into an adjective. So we, rather than, because as I said before, the people calling themselves government have no right to do anything that you or I may not do.
Right.
So what we do is we move that over to the left side, use it as an adjective, and call them what they are.
Government thugs, government people.
Goons.
I see what you're saying. Government goons.
Yes,
yeah, and I
federal,
do that actually
goons,
pretty often on my blogs over at freekeene.com. Frequently, I'll refer to them as the government gang here in town, the Keene gang, or the people calling themselves the city of Keene. So I feel like I'm pretty good at this, Jet, but I may not be as consistent as you might like.
Yeah, but that's the way to get the word government as far as a noun out of our vocabulary, because they're just other people. They have no right to do anything that they do. And
it's important to remind people about that.
So you just want to eliminate the term government
as a noun.
And what's the reason?
Well, because people have been raised, grown up, taught, educated to consider that this concept is legitimate, and it's not. No one has the right to rule over you. I mean, your neighbor, your friends, neighbors, and relatives, just because they move from that house into an office somewhere, does not transcend them into some godlike position. They're just other people. They're failed flesh and blood sinners. They're just, with all their problems. In other words, they have no right to do anything that you or I may do to another individual. That's just how I feel about it, how I see it.
Well, and also,
and,
if the
biblically
more
as
power
well.
you give a person, because that's what we're talking about here, right? Like government isn't anything but people. The more power you give a person, the more likely that person is to become corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's just
Always.
Scientific
always,
fact.
yeah. Yeah, it's actual scientific fact. They've seen these things, and you know, there's the rare person that doesn't become corruptible, but not they're darn rare.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been watching this program. I can't remember what it's designated survivor, something like that, and it's just crazy how people have turned this concept of what we were supposed to have here in America as government upside down, to where these legislators and governors and all that, they're kings, the kings and little Caesars and all that kind of thing. People stand up for them, you know, when they come in the room and all this stuff.
Yeah.
When in fact they're supposed to be
They
the
call them
highest
honorable.
level of servanthood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, any number of things. But really, I'm sorry to be a Johnny One Note, but that's really
Yes, but you
all I
play it
have
so
is-
well.
I don't mind.
Jet, thank you for the call. By the way, we met your daughter down at Anarchapulco, so that was kind of fun. She came up to the table
It's just good, kid.
and said
Yeah.
hello to us.
Yeah, I
and
thanked her for you, basically.
it doesn't usually work
Don't know
that
how
way.
that
but-
works. but-
She's been traveling the world. I've been feeding this stuff into her brain, so hopefully she's disseminating it.
Well, if she's at Anarchapulco, there's a good chance that it's worked. Hey, thanks for the call, Jet. I appreciate hearing from you. And, you know, it's a good suggestion to keep in mind that the government is just people. And if all people are created equal, and I think that's a fairly popular belief, then those people don't have any extra rights than you, or they shouldn't. But as Jet pointed out, it's the belief in the idea of government that makes them powerful. It makes them, it puts them above you. And that's a choice that you've made. And you can unmake that choice. Unfortunately, it won't make them go away right away, because not enough people have unmade that choice. Not enough people have changed their mind about how they view the state, how they view government, instead of, you know, some sort of.
His presumption is that we have a powerful platform from which to broadcast, and he's right about that. And
It's all right.
200 radio stations,
it's not
not too bad. It ain't Rush Limbaugh,
Nope.
but it's it's not some little 4,500 watt
Right.
FM in Sarasota, Florida either.
Mm-hmm.
So and if we sculpt our verbiage that that can be powerful and meaningful, I think he's correct.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that I've tried to do over the years. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE.
855-450 free. It just shows how powerful the sort of the societal programming is.
Sure.
You use this term government. Well, what is government?
It comes at you in school. It comes at you in media. I mean, it's just constantly thrown at people. So it's understandable why they look at it differently. They've been told many stories about government, that you're the government. It's government by the people. It's for the people.
They tell us those little lies in school when we're young enough to
Right.
believe them. I
Make sure you do the pledge every day.
I went out with a friend last night. We went to a little cigar bar, and we, as sometimes it happens at a bar, you end up in a conversation with a person you don't know, and he was adamant about the notion that the government needs to return to the people. And I said, the people are idiots. And he looked at me and blinked. Like nobody's ever said that to him before. But, when when it comes to voting, there's no wisdom of crowds.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at wisdom of crowds. You take the premise of the book. Well, you take the premise of the book, and it's when they have, sort of a profit motive, or when they've got money at the line, or whatever. Then they get smart. But when they don't have anything on the line, you get Trump and Hillary, right? You get Obama, or whoever it is. You get the crappiest choices you could possibly be handled. I can only imagine how bad they're going to be in 2020.
Free Talk Live. Listen live 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern, or grab the podcast. It's all at freetalklive.com.